War of the Roses. So Stephanie was checking in on her relationship because her husband of 4 years has just been acting weird lately. And just a moment ago, he sent the flowers that we offered up to him to another woman. This guy's talking off the air, and he got really, really angry and then started getting really, really emotional, cryy. Which, when they start going from those different emotions, I always wonder to myself, I'm like, where are they going to go next? Like, what's the story here? Or is this just his way of trying to get her back? A lot of comments from listeners on this one here. Not happy with Ty. And also some real complimentary comments too, Shannon. They thought that you did a really nice job of kind of taking some time with him. What is it that happened in your relationship that started making you go, things are a little different here. Things are starting acting weird, and got you suspicious? What were they doing? And then what did you find out in the end? We'll get to some of those calls here in just a second. Like Brittany. Hi, Brittany.
Hi.
Hi. He was acting a little different, acting a little weird.
Yeah, money started going missing. And when I asked about it, he said he opened his own bank account because we had a joint bank account. And I thought that was weird because I'm like, why don't you just save on our bank account?
Yeah.
Then he's told me we had to start backing down on expenses, which I knew we didn't have to. I happened to put a tracker app on his phone, and that's how I found him. He had a whole nother family and 2 kids.
Whoa.
No way.
What does the tracker app do? Can you explain that to me and to everybody else that doesn't know?
Basically, it's a virus that you put in his phone.
Uh-huh.
Everything he types in his phone goes straight to my computer. So it's like a virus you get on your computer just for your phone. I just happen to be a hacker a little bit and know my way through that.
And he didn't. Did he ever know that you were this kind of a person, that you were smart enough to figure this stuff out, or he had no clue that
I
you were?
was like a secret FBI agent?
Yes.
No, not at all.
Well, can you recall some of the messages that you read?
How about using a whole box of condoms? That was
Wow.
the most interesting message I remember seeing.
So when you
And
say
that's
in a whole
when I
other
blew
family,
up.
do you mean kids too?
Yeah, he said she said 2
Yeah,
kids.
he had 2 kids with her.
That's insane.
He traveled for work. I never thought anything of it. He would go and come and go and come, and so it never was a big deal. And it just so happened on one of these times, I just happened to look and see, and I was like, I couldn't trust him anymore. There's too many lies, too many things that just didn't match up for me. And so that's when I started doing more investigation work.
Brittany, when you finally busted him and said to him, hey, I saw this, you have this other family, what became of the other family in your relationship? Did you get a chance to talk to this other person, and did she know of you?
She knew of me. She didn't care. She did not care. She's like, if he wanted to be with you, he'd be with you. But he's in my house. I'm like, okay, all right. Since
Wow.
he's going to be at your house, he can take his stuff from my house. So instead of him taking his stuff from my house, he never came and picked it up. So I had a bonfire. I set everything on fire.
Really? Wow. Brittany not only is a surveillance expert, but she's also, believe it or not, an
feisty.
arsonist. It's amazing.
All on fire. Guess what? You want to come get it? Come get your PlayStation, because believe me, it's melted. Okay? Try me.
Thank you, Brittany. I don't want to mess with
I
it.
know.
Wow. Josh, what's up? Josh, you wanted to comment on the guy from War of the Roses, Ty, the husband.
Yeah, every time people start swearing, and they're usually guilty. They usually have run out of options already, so they start swearing, and they're guilty.
It kind of does tell you right away that there's something going on. You know what I mean? Like, unless you're just angry over the fact that the person's, completely off base, but he was not angry about that. He was angry about everything else but her being off base for doing this thing. Like, he wasn't addressing that problem,
He's angry and swearing about snooping. Well, he shouldn't have been doing something wrong in the first place.
Well, and Josh, what you didn't hear and what we can't play on the air was his crying then afterwards. So he went from the angry guy to the crying guy afterwards.
Yeah, he realized what he had was was the best thing that he had, and he lost it.
Wendy, what's going on? Mojo in the Morning Show.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. What's up? So we're talking about how they start acting weird, and this is not just the dudes that act weird. It's women do it too. But you wanted to comment on this. What's going on?
Well, yeah, I just think this guy is the king of gaslighting. It's like he's trying to provoke her just so he can go, see, you're crazy. I don't want to be with you anymore. And it's just so passive aggressive and annoying.
That has been something that we have encountered a lot over the years of doing War of the Roses. The guy who will be I'm going to put it on you, and I'm going to make you look like you're nuts, and defer that.
It's like rampant now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's awful.
Yeah, it's not good. Have you ever had anybody cheat on you ever?
Oh yeah, my first husband, which is why he's not my husband now.
Did he start acting weird right beforehand? Like, were things starting to get a little suspicious beforehand, that after you found out that he was cheating, you're like, holy crap, why didn't I see those warning signs?
Oh my gosh, so much so. So much so.
Like,
Sounds like every Thursday. It's like, geez, I mean, they just spelled it out for me, and I just didn't,
Well, because you're supposed to trust your spouse. That's
Right.
part of the vows. You
Right.
don't want to believe it. You trust first until it's, right in your face otherwise.
What was a warning sign that maybe our listeners might need to clue on in their relationship?
If you question yourself, like I actually said to myself, God, I swear he's having an affair, but he would never do that to me. Well, that's it right there. And in hindsight, I was like, oh my God, why didn't I trust myself? But he was just disconnected in every way, shape, or possible.
You always listen to your intuition.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much, Wendy, for the phone call. Appreciate it.